What's going on? Welcome. I'm very good, yeah. Life's been awesome, yeah. Just drinking some cacao. Yeah, some cacao. Playing some morning piano. I'm probably going to eventually go down to my studio and play some guitar. Yeah, really feeling the piano. As per usual. How about yourself? How's life? Wicked, wicked. How long have you been doing this live stream for? I mean, today it's been 3 minutes, yeah. 3 minutes. In general, I've been doing live streams for like, you know, 4 months. Yeah, you caught me right away. I'm gonna grab cacao right quick. Yeah, that's wicked. Minecraft, huh? Now we're getting to that. I find for video games personally, don't really play them well anymore, but surely the music, like a lot of video games I used to play, in games like Maple Story and yeah, Maple Story, RuneScape, like those old school games, I feel like they had such extraordinary music. It's actually often when I'm playing my pan flute, I'm often playing like Maple Story tunes or stuff from like, I don't know, animes and stuff. Dancing in the Burning Room. Honestly, not familiar with that song, my friend. And piano's not my primary instrument, actually. I'm a guitarist. I've just been doing piano for the last couple of years. I'm just doing some improv. So I can't say I can confidently improvise anything really on the piano. I mean, that's not entirely true, but yeah. I'm just kind of creating originals right now. Greetings, greetings. Okay, what about Naruto theme song? Naruto theme song. Honestly, never tried. I can play some anime theme songs if I go to the minor key. Like, let's see, what is it like? That's calling out your name, like the main theme to Attack on Titan. I don't know, for some reason Attack on Titan is what I hear a lot, but I mean, on the guitar and pan flute, I can play Naruto stuff like all day long, but again, only been playing piano for 2 years, truthfully. What's going on, Donna? What's going on? Yeah, I don't even know. Let's see, Naruto. Yeah, Naruto's really easy to play on the pan flute and the guitar, but let's see. It's kind of like the beginning of Sadness and Sorrow. What else? There's a bunch of Naruto themes that I hear. Like, there's the one that's like Early Summer Rain. I play that all the time on the pan flute. Beautiful song, beautiful song. I'm trying to remember what's how. Yeah, Early Summer Rain. It's like. Yeah. Yeah, it goes. Yeah, and I can kind of get the ballpark. I've never gone through that song, but whoa, it just got really sunny right now. Awesome. Yeah, but no, I can see Early Summer Rain's a pretty easy song to play. But yeah, yeah. Victim. Piano melody for sampling my song. Again, I'll say for that, I've been playing piano for about 2 years. I've been a guitarist for about 16 years. But as for piano, I don't think improvising stuff is this is not the move. Yeah, I'm doing improv here. Can't do requests. That old viral YouTube with the clown car police chase. I do not. I do not, yeah. Hey, thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, I find it's easy to improvise piano and just like transfer my knowledge from guitar into piano. I've also just like really been enamored with the piano. Yeah, I'm not a cover artist, brother. So no idea what bro victim is or victim is, but yeah, appreciate you being here, my friend. It's one of my favorites to play. One time taught these kids a guitar store. Interesting, interesting. And yeah, I do play piano, yeah. Yeah. Welcome, brother. Let's go right into the minor or the major keys. It was a pleasure. Between chores and doom scrolling and personality vibes. Sick. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, embodying space. It's just passing on the good energy, passing on the raw inspiration. That's kind of my thing as I feel. I feel like I'm very blessed to have a very charged energy. Like I feel very grateful, very creatively inspired. So it feels like an honor to, use that even further to just grow this YouTube community, just connect. Yes, sir. Why, thank you. Well, thank you. Yeah. No, it's fun. I've been exploring, the major keys very actively, like really learning to just like bridge worlds between how to like really combine the two hands very beautifully with these like. And really, I find piano really beautifully lends to like exploring like a very gentle, stretched out cadence. It's just. Feels so much of my life is negative, but ends with positive. Could I just go on a negative tangent? Could I? Huh. I would say that's not, as much as I honor your presence, definitely this is not the space to go on a negative tangent. I mean, yeah. It's a public sphere, try to find a safe space you can learn to confide in yourself, reflect, sit with your energy, brother. But this is a space right now. Right now we're just creating this portal. So feel free, you're welcome to sit with the energy, but yeah. I think a negative tangent is not, it's probably not the move. I feel like negativity, like negative energy it's like the shadow of humanity, right? When we look at all the shadow of it, we are our shadow, and it's okay to feel negative energy, to the polar energy of things, but it's like the more we perpetuate it, the more we try to exasperate it, the more it becomes. So I think, even if you're feeling negative energy, sit with it. It's okay. You're allowed to have polarity. We're in a 3D reality. But you are what you become. You are what you feed. You are what you nourish. So, yeah, try not to dwell too much or sit within the negative too much. Honor it, let it be, transmute it, but realize that you're not meant to live in the negative or fixate on the negative. You're human. That's okay. But it's meant to be honored. And also objectively, I know I only have, such a short period of time before I have to head downtown, pick up a check, do some tasks. So I really would love to be present with you guys, present with this moment in the time we have at this point. Sounds so dramatic. Sounds so dramatic, but yeah, it's. Wow, it just suddenly got very sunny. It's awesome. Happiness isn't permanent destination, Floyd. Pistons the guitar herself. Yeah, it's a weird parallel. Like, as a man, I believe in us trying to not achieve like happiness per se or bliss or ecstasy. I mean, that's maybe a product of living authentically, but it's like we should always strive to just achieve this highest expression of self. And the highest expression of self is imperfect. It's polarized. It's authentic. It's raw. It's untamed. What is your number one advice for people? I mean, I think intuitively, my personal advice, if I were to like speak to a random person, they were like, "Hey, like, yeah, what's the key to your own sort of lens or your own perspective that translates?" I think it's just to be authentic. It's to be as authentic as humanly possible. It's like, because I think so many people in this modern context, we are suppressing ourselves. We're defaulted to sort of like to try to make ourselves smaller. We're trying to, we're reinforcing this with shame, with with lower vibrational emotions. We're trying to identify with these lower vibrational emotions. And the reality is, we are all of it. Like, as humans, we're every single part of it. And there's no shame in being a human. There's no shame in being, imperfect and being flawed. And we are all of that. So I think it's important as human beings, as artists especially, to normalize the means of unapologetically expressing ourselves. Just being authentic with what we think, with what we feel, with what our truth is, and nurturing that continuously, whether that's in our artist expressions, whether it's in our words, whether it's in the people in our life. We gotta set the tone of authenticity within our life, so we attract that. So we attract that within other people. We attract that within all the people in our sphere. And when you have authentic people in your life, they reflect that back to you, and life becomes easier. It becomes clearer. It's like, because the authentic human experience is not perfect. It's intense. It's polarized. It's the 3D. But when you have like people that are being authentic and reflecting your authenticity back to you, I really highly advocate your life becomes better. So it's almost like the answer often is just to express your truth. Be authentic with your truth. Be authentic with what you're feeling. Like, that's a really important thing, I think. And I look at my life objectively. It's kind of like all I do in many rights is, for many years, I've just desired and deeply desired authenticity in myself and other people. I seek it. I desire to see what it looks like. And I really is like, I seek it and search for it at all costs. It's kind of like it's my deepest quest. It's not easy because this world often reinforces the inauthentic. But luckily, as artists, we have a power, like we have an extraordinary ability to convey authenticity, to convey something very unique within every artistic choice that we have. Do cats help authenticity? Yes, I would actually say cats do. Cats are very. I think cats are very authentic beings, truthfully. Now, cats aren't always authentic beings, but yeah. I feel like mine would be a believe in something, like a higher power. I think I told you about that opinion earlier. That's beautiful, Floyd. That's beautiful. That is good. That's a good perspective. And I would actually say, though, if I'm being so forthcoming, what I'm saying actually coincides with that. Yeah, when you're living your most authentic truth, you're attracting authentic people, you actually organically gravitate and unlock a relationship with a higher power. Like, this is what I've noticed. So that makes sense. It's almost like, without going too deep down this tangent, a lot of what we feel, a lot of our suffering, our strife, our fragmentation, when we look at life, when it's like there's a resistance, there's tension, it literally does come down to actually just not living unapologetically, authentically. It's like you can basically penetrate a lot of the turmoil, the fragmentation that you might feel, the indifference, the XYZ, right? You can basically penetrate it with authenticity. It's almost like there's an unconscious invitation from every time that you suppress your truth that is literally just requiring you to be like, all right, it's time to just express yourself. Just be authentic with whatever your expression is. And I'll be honest, that doesn't necessarily have to be like a tenacious, dynamic, sort of masculine approach. It can also just be, a request to surrender and reflect and go deeper into something that is beyond, the stimulus, something that's gentle, something that's warm and blissful and ecstatic. Your soul, your deeper mode of knowing, your intuition, if you will, it often knows very quickly, just by your felt experience, what you really need. And I'll be honest, again, a lot of times this points to just being authentic. Like, be authentic, express the way you want, speak the way you desire, really just listen to your heart and express from your heart, and do this with your expressions, and you will see how quickly your life transforms very positively. It may not be easy right away because, again, we live in a society where society wants to reinforce, it benefits from us not being authentic. It's a strange thing, like, I'll speak this many times, but society literally is benefiting, it's profiting from you suppressing your truth. It's profiting and benefiting from you not honoring your highest truth, not being your most authentic self. That's what, in many rights, society functions. Many realms of society. Obviously not all society, but the larger, like, dominator cultures. Philosophers, they speak of this all the time. Philosophers express this avidly. It's not new. Very nice. Thank you for being with me, your friends. Cats are not that great. You gotta find the good cats, brother. Gotta find the good cats. I do believe in controversial ideas, though. That's okay. Controversial ideas is actually a part of that. Challenging cultural norms and breaking open molds is a part of being authentic, yeah. I love all animals, though. I prefer pet snakes, lizards, and fish. That's dope as fuck. I love all those things. Who doesn't love lizards, snakes, and fish? Performative male. Bro, Commander's just requesting. Like, Commander, I love you, brother, but you're just like, I love you as, like, objectively. You're just wanting that 24-hour timeout badge. You're just wanting to disappear off this stream. I don't understand you, bruv. The nail that stands out the most gets struck first. Yes, sir. Japanese proverb. Yeah. There's a reason I believe in that. Yes, sir. All right, well, we're gonna throw Mr. Commander out of here. Like, we have words, but I'm gonna spare my words. Commander, I don't know, like, hate to be a downer to you, but I'm gonna reflect the same advice that you tried to throw on me for some reason. I think you just need to, occupy your time wisely, Commander. You need to, like, get a woman in your life, start picking up the guitar, invest in that, get in the gym, brother, improve yourself, do better, do better. And that's advice that anyone could take, but I think, Commander, you need to hear that, brother. If you're doing better, if you're thriving radically, unapologetically being, you wouldn't have time to waste time, filling my comments with your nonsense. I love the piano. Very nice. It's definitely acting more performative than you. No, yeah, we could talk about this all day long, but yeah, the reason I believe that. I believe this. Let the clown honk his horn. I mean, it's almost like, I don't even know if Commander's an actual hater, but it's like you're doing something right if, you're summoning opposing forces, like haters. But I don't think even Commander doesn't, he's expressed openly that he enjoys this, that, the other. Like, he's got a very strange nature. I don't know. Again, my words ring true. I think for Commander, he just needs to invest his time intelligently. He needs to honor his time, attract some better things. He needs to get in the gym, pick up his guitar, discipline himself. Yeah. Did my comment disappear? I've seen all your comments so far. How freedom can come from the poverty or wealth, and only people in the middle are stuck, really. From poverty or wealth. Freedom can come from poverty or wealth. Yeah. That's insightful as ever. I mean, honestly, brother, it's like, yeah, I think freedom, yeah, if we're like, I don't know, I think the wealthy are pretty trapped, obviously. Like, I've met people that are like born into wealth, so to speak. Not many, obviously, but like some that are, they're well off. Their family's well off. And they seem to be like struggling with like deep wounds and ancestral traumas that are sort of like very, very heavy. And, um, and I consider myself sort of in the middle, actually. So it's almost like, basically, strangely enough, my experience kind of contradicts that entirety of it. Is like, I'm not of poverty, I'm not of wealthy, but I'm definitely not. I'm in a place where I'm striving to be in a different dimension of resource, like different relation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so honestly, again, to Minnesota, yeah, brother, it's like unconsciously, surely, Commander's trying to unpackage some things. Like, we've gone down this rabbit hole, and yeah, I mean, that's the funny thing. Is it's funny. I think that word, like, we'll use this as a launch off point, is performative. For someone to call someone performative, what does that really mean? Like, if you're a authentic person living your authentic truth, is it a performative to express yourself, to speak your truth, to be authentic in a world of people that are inauthentic? Like, I'm literally a performance artist. I'm a performance artist. Everything I do is performance artist. Not everything, obviously, but like, it's like whether I'm doing music, acting, dance, acrobatics, it's all the arts. It's performance art, but it's refined, where it's like this is an intentional engagement. It's almost like a spiritual quest to create a healthy and integral relationship with performance. So yeah, it's like, surely society can be performative, but that's a weird one-dimensional word. It doesn't really mean anything. It's all about context. Possessions make you rich. I don't have that type of richness. My richness in life is forever. Bob Marley knew. I mean, Bob Marley, honestly, gotta love Bob Marley. Great guy. I don't know him, but financial wealth inherited carries so much trauma. That's exactly it, brother. It's like, I swear, there's the few people that I've met that have like inherited wealth to even just like a moderate degree. There is so much weight, like so much weight that they're carrying, that it's like evident. It's literally like overwhelmingly evident that they have like insane amounts of ancestral trauma that they have to like just have thrusted upon them. Not always the case, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting. I'll be honest, like, because since I was young, I've always intended to be quite well off. Like, I've always been like envisioning myself, like, okay, whatever I'm gonna do with this, that, music, acting, like, I always assume that I'm gonna be wealthy one day, and I feel like I'm gonna want to teach my kids to be integral, they're gonna be reflections of me. So I imagine they're going to be, they're gonna be reflections of the partner that I bring, when I bring them into this world. But I think it's gonna be an interesting, humbling experience. You know, I feel like I'm going to, if I find myself quite well off, like wealthy one day, and then I pass it on to my children, I feel like I'm going to have to really, like, again, really deeply teach them the values and embody this, of course. Show them what it means to be a human beyond just any sort of material dimension. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also sure it'll have to do with boundaries. I don't believe people who are born to wealth are wealthy unless themselves own lots. Yeah. It's a slippery slope. It's a weird parallel because, like, the few friends that I've known, like, that are good friends of mine, actually, especially the one, very wealthy, like, insanely, like, his family's very rich. But the idea is that he's a really good dude, very ambitious dude, and a lot of what you do, you can see that it's almost like this is the parallel I'll draw. Is my friend, and again, there could be a million reasons why this is the way his life has turned out. He's a very phenomenal human being. Very like has a lot of character, very vibrant, very like charismatic, or has a lot of charisma. But for whatever reason, he's not very disciplined. It's like he's the kind of dude that, I mean, he's disciplined to train tons of martial arts, but it's like he for many years wanted to learn guitar. And guitar is, I think, a perfect example of someone's development or relationship with discipline, with perseverance, with all these core values. Because guitar is obviously not an easy thing to learn. course, I have a bias, but anyways, long story short, my friend is quite wealthy. He's wanted to learn guitar for most of his life. For whatever reason, he hasn't been able to do it. A lot of these like dimensions of music, it's kind of like eluded him, even though he's deeply passionate about it. But the thing that this friend has a strength in is he's a powerful leader. Like he's very altruistic, and how he likes to let other people give other people the spotlight. He likes to bring other people together and build communities. That's what he's noticed his strength is. So it's like, and he's a beautiful soul. Like honestly, he's an incredible human being. And I think it's interesting to see the parallels of how, integrating these traumas, how it can almost like bring you to different truths of different roles that you play as a man, in the community. Yeah. Survived several suicide attempts, fought back from myself being murdered. Wow. I've learned that I must love myself enough to live. I fought to survive so much. To live, To live is to love for me. Thank you for sharing, brother. Thank you. Like, thank you for being raw, brother. That's absolutely beautiful. And I'm happy you're here and you sound like you are stronger, like you're a strong individual, literally for that. Like, that's literally the perfect quintessential example of, having to integrate, like, true strife and be a better man for it. Like, you're surely a better human being for that, but it's unfortunate that you had to experience that. And of course, that's what shaped you into the human being you are, fortunately. What's your favorite chord? Man, my favorite chord. Damn. I'll be honest, it changes a lot. Some of my favorite chords, I don't think I can even identify them. Like, I've found chords that I discover that become my favorite, but I think my favorite key is pretty prevalent. Like, I love B, the key of B, B minor. I love scaling through A sharp minor. I love scaling through E, naturally. E major is like my all-time favorite way of like bridging worlds. But I would say the key that I've discovered, like I made a tuning that's playing an alternate tuning in a dropped B tuning. It's dropped B, and I play a bunch of variations in a 432 hertz dropped B. That has been like a soul calling. So I think the chord variations that I can't identify in my favorite tuning, that's an altered tuning, that's probably up there. That's up there for my favorite chord. But if we're answering simply B, you can't go wrong with B chords. B minor chords, A minor chord is beautiful. The key of A sharp minor is extraordinary. The key of E major is very beautiful. Those are beautiful places I highly recommend anyone to explore. There are people who are born into wealth, and then you go into private schools, private college, separate from you. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you expressed how you went to private school. And again, as a kid, I've always wished for some reason that I went to private school. But strangely enough, paradoxically, my high school experience that was not inside of a private school, it actually was what's the word? I went to a normal public school, but then for the last year, I went to an alternate school. Best year of my life. Like, I'll be honest, my grade 12 year, I went to an alternate school to graduate. And this was by choice. I disliked a lot of my teachers, my principals in my regular school. And I was also kind of a dickhead when I was 14 years old, just kind of where I was at in life. But the reality of it is, I had the best high school experience in grade 12 because I went to a alternate school, which is basically not a regular school. It's almost like below the regular public school. It's like a little private, little, an institution where it's like troubled kids go and you meet all these incredible characters that are really interesting people. And so it's almost like class. Like, strangely enough, the more you experience class or people that are struggling, that are in this like very tumultuous sort of realm, like I was when I was in, high school, you meet extraordinary people that really have very powerful opinions and perspectives. Kind of comes to show. The leader of the most idyllic trait, the best intentions and innovations. Hermaphrodite, I was born, yeah. People used to bully me. Wow. 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 Well, thank you for sharing, bro. Thank you for having the strength to just, bear your truth proudly. None of the doctors mutilated. Wow. growing a different world, my dad could have afforded it and opted for public, small town, bad education systems. Wow, that's powerful. Well, I mean, all I can say is that you're surely gonna lead with that level of like deep awareness. Because I mean, we could go off a billion philosophical tangents, but we'll return to, this sort of like universal philosophical context that, you as a man, you get to decide what kind of man you are. Surely your childhood, your wound will shape you into the unique sort of facilitator or the teacher or mentor for what you desire to bring to this world and what you desire to teach this world. But yeah, you get to decide exactly the kind of man you are, or human being, of course. You don't even have to identify fully. Well, that is if, women are here listening. Again, thank you, brother, for being, feeling like you can confide and feel safe to express your truth. I think we're gonna head now to my studio. Yeah. Wow, it's looking beautiful outside. Yeah, it's time to play dropped B. I think minor. Yeah, dropped B minor tune. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. I'm pretty stoked. All right, here we are. Welcome, friends. I always find it very curious, very fascinating. The nature of how showing up in these kind of like YouTube portal, public sphere kind of spaces are more like, it's like a private public sphere. How it kind of just shows us the reflection of, where humanity's at, where, humans, just other human beings on the other side of this screen, what we're going through, just an immediate, intimate window of being like, wow, like, what's really, who's there, what's going on in our life, and it's like, man, we're all just so very human. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's easy to forget, like, we're just human beings sitting here with all these weird technological loops. Very nice. Let me know how the audio is for those that are viewing, hear this. I have to just quickly do this little 2-second button tap to send Commander number 2 on his way. Yeah. Be well, brother. Be well, brother. Hope you're enjoying your journey in this human existence. When you think about it, we're all still throwing rocks and poking each other with pointy stuff, but now the rocks are made of lead and the pointy stuff is machined. The audio is good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Deep thoughts, deep thoughts. Powerful thoughts. Thank you for sharing. Absolute truth. I like to think of it, it's like, a lot of us, we look at, like, if we don't want to put too charged of this domain, but a lot of us, we are in society, we're at war. We experience war. We all are familiar with warfare to some degree. We are warriors, into some degree. Warriors in a farce of something. Especially as men, of course, this is like a innate part of our human experience. But often, we don't see the war. We don't understand the tangibility or the intangibility of the weapons or the warfare that's being presented in front of us. Yeah, food for thought, food for thought. Welcome, Neo. Welcome, friend. I've been really enamored with this prop lately. For many reasons, but introducing a visual illusion for some reason, it's very comforting. I think actually I just had this realization right now. I feel like what I'd love to do is, I feel like I'd like to associate this prop with a dream check. I feel like this is an appropriate dream check because it makes sense philosophically. It's entering a perspective shift. So this is a dream check. Every time that I see myself pick up this ball, I'm going to ask myself if I'm inside of a dream. Yeah. Do you take performance enhancers? You should know, Commander. I don't do drugs, brother. Ashe. Ashe, my brothers and sisters. Reality is for those who cannot endure their dreams. Slavoj Zizek. So strong is the power of mental projection that it will often completely neutralize the data that we perceive from the external world. Have I played live? I have played live. I mean, often just like at medicine gatherings, like I do sound baths. And I also obviously play a lot. I like busked a lot. That's kind of how I created this. Is it too loud? I don't know. I don't think it's too loud, my friend. I don't think it's too loud. Other people haven't reported it's too loud. I'll work on mastering the volume though. Because I'm always continuously mastering the volume. I do not do drugs. You might be hearing the bass though. The bass is pretty clear, but it's also very intentional. No, that sounds perfect, yeah. But every once in a while I do drink, and that's why to be blunt in the web of disappointment I have on me. Thusly, I can start to smile a bit and be optimistic. Yeah. I'll be honest, brother. Drinking is a very strangely socially conditioned parallel. I think most people, unfortunately, drinking is it forms a negative relationship with a person. I personally have never been very attracted to drinking. I drink like every once in a while, like maybe I'll take like a shot of like gin every couple weeks when I'm just chilling at home playing guitar. The thing for me though is I dance and I party a lot. That is, I go to raves, I go to ecstatic dances, I perform at festivals, like I do tons of stuff, but I never do anything. Like I'm always sober. And I've been like this for 11 years. I go to shows, I meet people, I engage, I dance, and I get high off of energy. I get high off of dancing, I get high off of, well, I drink caffeine, but the idea is that I'm a strong advocate that we as human beings, we are so apt to default into escapism that we fail to see that there's a powerful stream of lessons that are in front of us, particularly when we're around other human beings. And of course, to be very simple and very forthcoming, the core reason why there's such a powerful lesson, it's so profoundly healing to be around other human beings in the real world, is because a lot of us have this very deep misconception. And yeah, we just have a malaligned relationship with our phones, with that which is outside of the real world. So yeah, it's like we really need like a deep presence within this experience that is the real, that's in the real world. So much of us, it's like on an unconscious level, we're desiring to form a more present and healthy experience with the real world. Yeah. I feel great, yeah. And also to Commander, I think you're confused, brother. You're continually, I don't know, man. I don't time you out because of your comments. Your comments aren't even that outlandish, but I time you out because your lack of self-awareness, your ability to just fill the comments, in a weird I don't know, like switched off perspective, I don't know, you're not present, you're not real, you're not being authentic. That's why that's why I choose to time you out, brother. It's not because of your outlandish comments, it's because you're not being real with yourself. And it's I don't know, it's weird. I think you need to take a step back, brother. Put down your phone. Put down your phone, bro. And that really relates to everybody. Like any of you, like I appreciate you watching. I'm happy you're here, truthfully. But if you find yourself, at any given point, feel free. I really openly invite you to just switch off your phone, brother or sister. I really feel like, with zero reason, zero understanding, desire, why or why not, just give yourself permission to switch off your phone, unplug. See what happens. See the power of giving yourself permission to just, yeah, to just be in this human experience. Like if that's what you need, then I really highly commend you and honor you for honoring that experience. Ever taken guitar lessons or just learned on your own? Yeah, actually. I learned guitar lessons or did guitar lessons from age 10 to 13 about. So for about 2.5 years actually. 2.5 years I did Lon McQuaid, or I did lessons in Lon McQuaid for about 2 years. I was kind of floating around at like Tom Lee, trying to find a good guitar teacher. So yeah, so from like age 10 or so, I did a few years of guitar lessons, and then after that, for the other 13 years, I just taught myself. Yeah. And I'll be honest, even the guitar teacher, he wasn't necessarily that great of a guitar teacher. Phenomenal human being. Like I really love the dude, but for some reason, it wasn't like the guitar that he was teaching me per se. Like I learned a little bit, I learned to cover some Metallica songs. I learned some Avenged Sevenfold songs that he kind of helped guide me through, but a lot of it was he just kind of showed me what it meant to be a musician. Like that's the core takeaway I remember taking away as a young guitarist was this dude, phenomenal human being. He was in like a Metallica cover band, really altruistic dude, very self-aware, very intelligent guy, and also happened to have the exact same birthday as me. So it was basically like almost like looking at myself 20 years or like 15 years, whatever, how much older he was. I think it was like 15 years older than me. It was like looking at myself in 15 years. So I feel like the core takeaway that inspired me the most wasn't what I was learning in my guitar lessons, which I was obviously learning stuff because I had a guitar, he had a guitar, he was guiding me through some basic stuff and holding me accountable. But it was almost like him as a person, him embodying what it meant to be a musician. That is like the core takeaway that I took away. And then from there, I had everything that I needed. He showed me what kind of guitar I could get, kind of like passed on the ropes, and then for the next 13 years, I just grinded it out. Found my own path. beautiful. Honestly, and that's almost why unconsciously you might sense that part of what I'm doing here, as a YouTuber, as a guy that's trying to embody music and teach guitars, I'm not trying to necessarily teach you. I can break down, techniques and artificial harmonics. I can teach you chords. I can do all that stuff. But what I'm really trying to more so do is I'm trying to show you what it actually means, like on a deeper level, to be a musician, like the whole deeper mentality. And again, it's almost like embodying what it means to be a musician for me, just being an authentic human being, expressing myself, enjoying the experience of being a guitarist. That for me is truly, as a young kid, that is what I feel like I really took away as a young guitarist that allowed me to want to pursue music. So yeah, it feels like an honor to be able to continue to do that. If I can, that's my highest intention. Am I into tarot? I mean, I find it intriguing. I've had tarot readings. I have friends that are really into it. I'm not really into it. It's almost interesting. I'll be perfectly honest. This is a little bit of a, I don't know, this is a little bit of a controversial take, but I genuinely believe that some people are attracted to tarot. They love to read astrology, they love to connect with the cosmos, and maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know everybody that practices, but I think a lot of people, if I'd be very blatant, is tarot's almost like a thing that people often seem to like lean into because they don't know how to intuitively connect to source, to intuitive channels and wisdom without it. Like it's almost like I've never been into tarot. I've never really desired to read tarot. I connect with the symbols that people that show me these cards give me. Like I'll really appreciate the amount of intention that people will display when they do tarot. But I personally find that I've always been one that loves to channel wisdom intuitively. Be it if it's like philosophical wisdom, I don't know, intuitive wisdom, somatic wisdom. I think there's just so much wisdom that things like tarot, things like literature of all sorts can give us, it can give us little blips and frames of awareness of how we can understand our own wisdom, but the wisdom that we all have is within, I've been playing acoustic for 2 months. Oh, you've been playing word. When I get into electric guitar, any suggestions? Yo, that's dope. I commend you, my friend. I mean, this is a funny one, because electric, it's a very diverse world. I personally, as a young, 11-year-old, I was really interested in Jackson guitars. I really into like punk rock, metal, alternative rock. That was like my thing as a young kid. So a Jackson guitar was like the top tier. That's what my guitar teacher actually recommended to me, and that's what I've been playing up to this point. I've been playing electric as long as I've been playing acoustic, but even longer. But what I personally would say is do your own research. Like figure out, feel into the different types of guitars. I commend highly Jackson guitars. I like Ibanez guitars. I'm actually gonna buy an Ibanez in this next week. But really, what is your style? What are you attracted to in guitar? Like what do you think, what kind of genres or styles, if that applies, do you want to play on the guitar? That's probably something you want to figure and experiment. Like really go out, try different guitars, like pick up different guitars, see what feels good, what feels good to play, what looks good to you, what you're attracted to. Like take a little bit of time, I would say, to just try different guitars. But yeah, depending on the genre you're playing or the style you're playing, there's many beautiful different guitars that I think would fit you beautifully. Guitar is an excellent tool for introspection, not for prediction. Yeah, you're right, intention is vital in everything and everyone. That's exactly it, brother. That's exactly it. Like if a person is very intentional within their energetic practice, within their tarot practice, something like that, I love that. I love seeing that. I think that's amazing. It's never been for me. I think my intentionality is drawn in different dimensions. It's like, well, whatever people choose to do with their, their sacred context or their sacred energy, whatever it is, as long as it's infused with intention. It's like you can play music as you are with a sacred intention. You can dive into philosophical worlds and poetry with a sort of sacred context. As long as you're imbuing it with that intention, anything you do can be that way. So of course, tarot would extend to that. I can tell you're Canadian by the way you say out. Yeah. I can't take away the Canada. I mean, I'm like Ukrainian in English. So I'm like Canadian, but I'm Ukrainian in English. So sometimes I like love to just root into those. I root into those kind of core parts. But I'm proud. I'm very proud. I love Canada. Canada's dope. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's great. Glory Ukraine. Yes, sir. Bless the Ukraine. Honoring the Ukrainian ancestors. As for my best song, well, right now I'm in alternate tuning and I'm improvising, but I'll play you what I've been improvising, my friend. Whoa. Keep striking the wrong string there. I've been playing, well, currently mainly strumming chords and melodies, but I want to get into hard rock and like full solos. Interesting. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, man, okay, I played a Jackson for about 15, 16 years. Pretty much everyone that's ever played my Jackson loves the diversability of it. Like, Jacksons, they have double pickups. So the pickups are very silky, very good for beginners. They sound beautiful when you do advanced punk rock, metal, shredding. That's what I would say I've learned from Jacksons. I highly recommend them. Their harmonics sound incredible. That being said, brother, if you're attracted to like, just classic or alternative rock or just pure rock, you could really probably benefit from various different types of beautiful guitars. So I would say do a bit more research. I'm a punk rock, sort of metal, alt rock guitarist at heart. I'm also like a fingerstyle, modern fingerstyle, classic guitar player. All the genres, but yeah, dog. I would say continue to do your research. Keep Jackson in mind, but whatever resonates with you, brother. Pop in a guitar store if you can and find whatever guitar resonates with you. Yeah. How do you produce the vibrato and the pan flute? Drake is from Canada. You kind of remind me of him. That's trippy. Sick, dude. I don't know what to say. I know nothing about Drake, but I'm sure, yeah, he's Canadian, so yeah, musically he's never been my thing. That's funny though, you make that connection. So the vibrato on the pan flute. Yeah, the vibrato on the pan flute. Best Western. That's a weird thing to get called from. But yeah, no, the pan flute, right? To do a vibrato, you basically are. It's like you're basically shaking the pan flute. There's two ways to actually do it. One is with the tongue, where you just go like. Well, I can't really do it very well. But it's like the primary way to do this on the pan flute is basically you do a note, right? You execute it. And you're basically shaking the note, not removing the stream of air, but just subtly shaking it. And yeah, you're like just shaking it very, very subtly, producing a vibrato. And of course, there's many really cool stuff you can do on the pan flute, truthfully. Many cool stuff. Okay, I'm gonna shot my shot. Can you buy me a bass? What? I can't buy you a bass, brother. I mean, what? I'm a new YouTuber who does, yeah, nah. I mean, I appreciate you putting out that intention to want to receive money from a stranger, but yeah, nah, bro. Can't help you. Hope you find your bass, brother. You got this. You got this. I'll be honest though, like as a guitarist, I've had to purchase everything I've ever owned. Like I had to work my ass off just to buy every instrument I've ever had. Like, you know, it's like nothing's handed to you in this life, and if it is, it's probably not that you're not gonna value it that much. Metal rules. Yeah, brother. Metal is beautiful. I'm gonna take your advice and do some research. That's awesome, bro. Yo, shout out the tech man. You got this, brother. W. Yeah, you've got the right idea, brother. Keep it up. Keep rocking out. Reminds me of playing a flute. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is pan flute is of course wind instrument, but it's like a hybrid where you have like it's basically as I like to see it. Every pan is a different flute, and you have to treat it as a different flute. And even further, the idea is with the pan flute, you can actually bend into different keys. So if you'll see, when I'm playing it, right, I'm doing very specific bends and very specific angles. So that's the tricky thing with the pan flute. Because you can bend into different keys, you actually have to be ear trained. You have to train your ear to hear a specific note. So if I'm here, I'm in an alternate tuning, right? I'm in a dropped B, sort of 432 hertz. So I basically need to like lean into a 432 hertz frequency, but then also could do a dropped B, you know, be in the low key of B, which is actually very natural for the pan flute. But that's the thing is the pan flute is a very unique instrument where, again, you have to hear, you have to have a trained ear to be able to dial in key shifts. And because you can do that, it makes it extremely diverse. It literally makes it so you can do insane stuff. Do I play the fiddle? I do not play the fiddle. Yeah. Yeah. What material is your jacket made of? Thank you, brother. This is denim. This is acid washed denim. Yeah. So this is like jean, but it's like dark, it's like black and then acid washed. Yeah. Yeah. I love this jacket. I'm a very big fan of acid wash. Yeah. Let's see, 1 o'clock. Interesting. I'll probably have to dip out pretty soon because I gotta head downtown, pick up a check, figure out some stuff. It's been a good stream though. It's been a good stream so far. What materials? Yeah, love to hear the solo of Hotel California. Honestly, brother, well, I'm in alternate tuning, but I also don't know the solo to Hotel California. Yeah, I'm primarily an original and improv artist. I don't really do much covers. I used to do covers. Like that's the thing is, in my experience, again, varies greatly. I learned covers when I was about 11, 12 years old. Like literally for the first like 6 years of playing guitar, all I played was covers. Covers all day long. Now as I'm on year 16, probably approaching year 17, all I focus for the last 10 years, I mean, I do covers here and there, you know, vocal covers for fun. I play around with this. I write original music nonstop. Like I just write originals, strengthen improv. That's all I do. Everything else bores me to tears. I still do it sometimes, but it's not what I spend my hours of my day with. And this is a weird tuning though, it's very unorthodox. I'm basically in 2 split keys. Yo, thank you, Amy. Appreciate you. Nice. No, of course, no, I don't, brother, I respect your journey. Rock out, brother. Cover it up, my dog. But I'm just saying, that's where, yeah, when I was like 11, 12, that's when I did those things.
You're on your own journey, brother. Yeah. You'll find your way. Again, it took me like literally took me like 9, 10 years of playing guitar. And again, I started when I was young, so it'll probably be faster for you, but it took me 9, 10 years to start writing original music. I'm just saying that's the reason why I don't like have California, or even I don't really take requests. Like people throw requests at me all day long, and I'm kind of just like, I'm like, yeah, but I don't. I just do improv. Like I'm just improvising, baby. Just rocking out. I'm primarily here just to like create meditative sound journeys, improvise, talk about guitar, teach guitar, that kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm here. There's other people I'm sure that are cover artists. I don't really know, but I'm sure they're out there, and you'll find them. For any of those that want to hear covers. It's a good time, brother. It's a good time. Originality births everything. Originality is transmutation. You transmute raw energy. You can transmute energy many different ways, but it's like authentic original expression is the way. It's a portal. I'll be as apt to say is I've noticed the more that I've gone down this portal of learning to improvise. Improv is like the natural way of being, like improvisation. Whether you're dancing, whether you're acting, whether you're creating content, whether you're playing guitar, if you channel an improvised channel, like you slip into an improvised flow state, and you innately like embody this throughout your experience, it's life changing. It's life changing stuff. Literally, to be in a portal, I think it's almost like I'd be as apt to say that improvisation is a natural state of the human experience. It's the natural state. We're not meant to like be in this kind of like robotic, sort of I don't know, just like this robotic one-dimensional way. We're meant to be like in a state of adaptation, of fluidity, of flow. We're meant to be that way. Sweet. Yeah, I think we're nice looking Yamaha. Thank you, dog. Thank you so much. It's very spiritual flow state. Yeah, it's really like I could speak about this stuff so in depthly, but it really is that simple. If we are entering this ever changing novel state of flow, I'm in the dance community a lot. I dance a lot, where you can see that once you tap into these flow states, everything changes. Like your ability to engage in reality is profoundly shifted. It's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And of course, even understanding, dopamine mechanics also reinforces the flow. Yamaha, yes. Tried to play when I was 11. That's fair, brother. That's fair. I mean, yeah, honestly, bro, I don't know. I was like, this is the caveat is I was trash at the guitar for like probably like 6, 7 years. Obviously I was a kid. I was like 11 years old, like 10, 11, trying to figure out how to strum chords. But yeah, I could confidently say for pretty much everything I do, I was like not good, had no natural talent for like 6, 7 years. Everything I've ever done. And it's about year seven. You're about year 7, 8, 9, 10. That's when you become proficient. That's when you start to like really become very good at what you do and you become to develop your own style and you become to like push boundaries. At least that's my experience. Maybe it'll happen sooner. Hopefully it'll happen sooner, but surely I know for a fact, I think the only thing that separates me from a lot of people is, yeah, when I was like a young kid, I just never gave up. Like I was very, very persistent. I just didn't know why exactly, but I just persevered. It's the kind of thing. I knew I was never good at this and that, but I just persevered. I pulled those threads, kept pulling those threads, like, where are these gonna go? What's gonna happen here? If I keep on doing this. And it's the same thing. I've seen the same pattern unravel with literally everything I've done. It's beautiful. You just never give up. And the next thing you know, 10 years later, you're like, oh, damn. Like, even though I was trash for 7 years, now you're suddenly like proficient. Now you can like do some crazy cool stuff. And then once you hit year like 13, 14, 15, that's when you can start to teach these things. Where you're just like, oh, damn, like, I know a lot. Now I can pass on the torch. This is a weird tuning, but this is good. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. Currently doing that. Never giving up this until I die. Yeah, brother, you got this. You got this, dog. You got the right mentality. You're going to do great stuff, my dog. 1,000%. 1,000%. I have confidence in you. Hello, what's good, silhouettes? You get this. You get it, Amy. You get it. Word. All right, well, I would love to stick around for the next few hours, but the reality is I got to go downtown and pick up a check, buy some essential oils, do some fun stuff, and then I'll return in a couple hours and do some more streams, yeah. I got you, something to ease the mind. I'll play you something to ease the mind, and then I gotta exit, unfortunately. I gotta head downtown. I botched that one note. What am I doing with these oils? Innately, yeah, I got you, brother. The idea is, I'm actually going to a place called, Touch of Africa. So it's basically a place that's in like the mall or somewhere in Chinatown where there's this guy that's from West Africa that basically imports all these pure oils from West Africa. It's like a beautiful, beautiful place. So basically I'm going to get some of these pure essential oils. It's actually these. See, I'm out of it. It's like this. It's like a little vial. Some of the most powerful, extraordinary scents. And I'm basically going to go pick up some of those after I pick up a check, a film check. I'm going to pick up a film check and probably order a guitar. Yeah. That's fair, bro. That's fair, bro. Yeah, listen to your body, dog. 3 a.m., that seems like high time to bounce, but I'm glad you're here. Ah, it's working. That's awesome, brother. Yeah, I wish I could stick around further, but legitimately, I got to go. I got to catch a sky train, do some stuff, maybe get a haircut, just that kind of stuff. Yeah. Thank you deeply for chiming in. If this content resonates with you, feel free to follow this channel. Yeah, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Not even close, but we're gonna get there in the next couple months, I feel. Anyways, thank you so much for chiming in. Deeply appreciate you guys. Again, if this content resonates, feel free to follow this channel. I teach guitar and I do meditative sound journeys among various things. Yeah. Ah, nice. I'm from Germany. My dad is from Africa. Yeah, the African people are incredible. Like, honestly, especially this fellow here. It's like the whole store is just full of culture. It's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Anyways, we'll be back. We'll be back in a few hours. Much love. Bless. Catch you then. Ashe.